Yo, what's going on? Good people? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, as some say Friday. It is Friday, April 25th, 2025. You hear the sirens in the background. We are in New York City. Friday in New York City is a beautiful freaking day out. Another 70 something degree day, man. Clear sky, sunshine, and all that good stuff, man. We still celebrate Earth Week, right? Every day is Earth Day for real. But definitely Earth Week, man. We acknowledge and we talk about all of the Earth things in them, right? But we are here with another episode of SR Daily. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. Bear with me. Let me get my chain on. Right, gotta put the chain on and all of that stuff, man. But I'm super excited, super grateful. Another Friday, Freedom Friday, another day to celebrate freedom, acknowledge and recognize freedom, and all of that good stuff, man. Life is happening, man. Life is happening. Got a super packed weekend ahead. Right, super excited from today through Sunday and beyond. Hold on, let me move this thing. I gotta start removing that. What's going on? Yo, Brooklyn Blizzard, what's going on? Peace and love, my brother, Miss E with a Z. What's going on, my sister? Peace and love. Thank you both so much for tuning in. Happy Friday. I hope that you are doing well. Hope your families are doing well. We are going to get this thing started. Once again, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston. This is episode 353 here on SR Daily, where personality meets enlightenment, man. I would just bring myself into the space to try to share some things that could, enlighten some folks, man. Share some knowledge, share some wisdom, share some understanding, share some context, share some things going on that I think we need to address, we need to care about. We are here live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live. Super dope. Please do hit that share button. Share this live with 5 to 10 of your friends who may be interested in tuning in. Hit that share button. Don't keep this good news to yourself. Don't keep this good vibe to yourself. Spread the love. Again, hit 5 to 10 of your peoples who may be interested in tuning in. Send them the live, send them the content, man, and let us create together. That is what it's about. It is about spreading love. It is about sharing resources. It is about connecting and all of that good stuff. We are going to get the show started. Yo, Josh Dennis, peace and love. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Freedom Friday. We are going to get the show started with our first segment of today. Once again, April 25th, 2025. Today's episode 353. That is a palindrome where reads back and forth the same way. So episode 353. It is a great episode. Today is a beautiful day. It is 25, right? 25. That's a special number, man. 25. If you know, you know. But yes, we're gonna start with our first segment. Is a word of the day. Today's word is aristocracy. Aristocracy. That is our word for today, and we are going to talk about it. It just popped in my head. I don't know why I was thinking about aristocrats. I don't know what I was doing. I was I don't know. I don't know what was happening. I can't remember what was happening at the time, but it popped in my head. And then I thought about it, right? And as I'm thinking now, I think I know why it popped in my head, right? Is thoughts for the most part not as random as we think they are, right? When we are operating on a certain frequency and when things in the world are going on, thoughts are going to pop into our head. Identifying problems, seeing solutions, right? It's going to come random. It's going to pop in, boom, boom, all right? And so I think that's what happened. When I think about systems, right? I'm watching people argue online about Democrat, Republican. I'm watching people argue online, right, about so many freaking divisive tactics, and I'm like, okay, like we need a better system, right? We need better systems of organization. We need better systems of building community. We need better systems of accountability and quote unquote community regulation or protection of building. And so, yeah, this word popped in my head, aristocrat. And I was like, what is an aristocrat? An aristocrat is someone who's part of an aristocracy. Okay, so what is an aristocracy? An aristocracy is the highest class in certain societies, especially those holding hereditary titles or offices. Now, one would say So what's the point, right? Like, is it beneficial? Is it not? Yo, Eddie Kruger, what's going on, my good brother? Peace and love. Happy Friday, right? Is it beneficial? Is it not? What's the point, Sugar Ray? And so, further in the definition, right, is also defined as a form of government in which power is held by the nobility. What does that mean? The power held by the nobility? Let's see. Nobility, quality of being noble in character, mind, birth, or rank, right? So now we know that there's some people who are quote unquote noble by birth or rank, but not really in character and mind, right? So we got to do a better job at discerning nobility, right? But let us go back, right? It is a form of government in which power is held by the nobility, right? This is a group, and this is where it gets real tricky because people say nobody's more privileged. A group regarded as privileged or superior in a particular sphere. And I would say, no, some of us are kinder, some of us are more compassionate, some of us are more graceful, some of us are more loving, right? So like some of us are superior in those ways. Some of us are a little more patient, a little more understanding, right? Some of us are a little more giving, right? A little more selfless, a little more committed to progress, a little more courageous when it comes to standing up to injustice, right? So some of us are, regardless of what you think or feel, a little more superior than others, not by anything other than our will to do more, right? Our will to do more. We get tired. No, people are greater than others, and that's okay. It's okay for somebody to be better than you. Like, that's okay. Like, that doesn't mean you worthless. It doesn't mean you don't deserve. No, but it's okay for people to be better than you. We got to get out of the freaking punkish mindset that everybody's the same. Everybody deserves the same respect. Everybody deserves the same basic respect. Everybody deserves their basic human needs met. But in terms of, there are better people, better at certain things. There are people who are quote unquote, some would say better overall, right? There are some people who are extremely important to a group of people, and other people may not be so important to that whole group of people. They may be important to a small group, but not the whole group. So like, there's difference, man, right? But when you keep reading, aristocracy, a class or group of people believed to be superior as in wealth, rank, wealth, or intellect. Intellect. Knowledge. What are we reading? Are we studying more? Are we questioning things more, right? So powerful. An aristocracy is a form of government where a small group of elites rule. Oh, it's a problem. No elites should rule. Elites are freaking ruling right now, right? Aristocrats, or the ruling elites, tend to enjoy both social and economic prestige as well as political power. It usually has a specific honorary title such as Duke, Duchess, Baron, Baroness. You say, that's not really great, right? We don't really care about that. Like, what's up with that, Sugar Ray? Elites ruling, right? Enjoying both social and economic prestige and political power. That's a problem. It's a problem only when you throw out nobility. If you are noble, right? If these people are noble, and that's on us, right? That's on us, not ensuring that the people who get in positions of leadership, the positions of power, are noble people, are good human beings, right? That's our fault. The devil's always gonna try to sneak in and slither its way into the top. It's our fault for allowing it to happen by believing the bullshit, believing the lies, falling for the nice clothes, falling for the freaking fancy speech, falling for all of the bullshit, right? It's our responsibility. We fall for it every single time, right? Like, the issue is not the thing. The issue is us allowing people who don't really represent the thing to get in because we think they represent the thing. Now, partly is on them, tricksters, but that's what tricksters do, right? That's what tricksters do. That's what tricksters do. Is aristocracy good or bad? Let us read more. Plato, Socrates, and Aristotle. Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, Xenophon, and the Spartans considered aristocracy the ideal form of rule by the few to be inherently better than the ideal form of rule by the many, right? But they also considered the corrupted form of aristocracy, oligarchy, which is what we're seeing now. That's what we're seeing now, the corrupted form of aristocracy, right? That's what we're seeing is oligarchy. That's 100%. And that is worse than a corrupted form of democracy. the corrupted form of democracy. We're seeing both of those things right now. Both of those things. We're seeing the corrupted form of aristocracy and the corrupted form of democracy, right? This belief was rooted in the assumption that the masses could only produce average policy, while the best of men could produce the best policy if they were indeed the best of men. If they were indeed the best of men. And the best of men comes with, like, can you put your people before you? Can you ensure that everyone's needs is met? Do you have respect for, quote unquote, the least of the crew, right? That's what means the best. It's not just because you know the most words. It's not just because you are the fanciest or have the best walk. No, we got to change that. So we got some work to do. We got a lot of work to do. But I wanted to put that word out there. I wanted to share that. I wanted to talk about that. Sefu Sanko for Mona Love. What's going on? What's going on, baby girl? Happy Freedom Friday. Sefu tuning in. Malcolm X Boulevard, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, my brother. Let us move right along to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment, our Need to Know News of the Day. I'm super excited. You guys already know what it is. Tomorrow is our trip. It's my first time taking a group of elders. I've taken young people out. I've taken young people to different places. I've taken them out of the city, out of the state. I've taken them around the city, right, to different things, man. But I have never taken a group of elders from my neighborhood anywhere. I've been thinking about it. I've been strategizing what makes sense. What could I do with the resources that I have, right? And yeah, we made it happen. Tomorrow we're taking a group of elders to Carnegie Hall in Manhattan. A lot of elders although they live in Queensbridge, some have been living in Queensbridge 40, 50 years. They've never been to Carnegie Hall, which is not too far on the other side of the bridge in Manhattan, right? The Queensboro Bridge, 59th Street Bridge is right there. And just drive over to 7th Avenue. Many of them have never been there, right? Many of them have never been there. They have lived in the neighborhood. They have been in the city, and they've wanted to go. Some, they just either didn't have the means, maybe not feel comfortable. But anyway, we going to Carnegie Hall. Sadly, Carnegie Hall is an extremely prestigious institution. I love being there. I love how I feel when I'm walking in there, knowing that so many great humans have been there, shared their energy there, right? Performed there, man. Like, the energy in the walls is great. It's like walking through Madison Square Garden if you're an athlete, right? It's great. As an artist, it's incredible, right? So yeah, I'm excited to take them to their first show at Carnegie Hall. It's going to be a couple of different things happening, and like I said, I'm really excited for that, man. And more so. Well, not more so, but in addition, I'm eternally grateful to my community, to all of you guys who contributed, right? Like, I had the tickets, right? But like, initially, I was like, when I got the tickets, I'm like, okay, we could all take the train. But then some told me to ask them, can y'all all take the train? And some was like, no, we cannot. These knees, the walker, I cannot take the train. And I was like, oh, snap. So we got to make something happen. So I'm like, okay. So I spoke to Mona. I was like, yo, we could take 2 Ubers there and 2 Ubers back, right? We looked on like a Monday, something like that. Tuesday, it was like Uber in daytime was like $35, $40. I was like, okay. Count Saturday evening might be another $5 to $10 more than that, right? So that would be, we need 2 Ubers, 2 Uber XLs at that, right? Because we got 10 people, 5 in one Uber, 5 in another Uber. And yeah, and I'm just like, damn, okay, right? It's cost a lot of money. It's gonna cost some money that I really just don't have like that, right, at this moment. So she's like, yes, reach out to community. And I was like, you know what, I will. And I reached out to community, Black Resource Network, BLAQUE, Black People in Queens. Shout out to the crew, shout out to the peoples. I made a post in that group, and then one sister tagged another sister, and the sister who got tagged, I know. And we spoke, and she agreed to sponsor our transportation there. So shout out to Zap Navigators. It is a Black woman-owned transportation company right here in Queens, New York City. They service the whole city. They service, I don't know what other areas, but I know they service the whole entire city. But yeah, Black woman-owned company, transportation company. They're going to pick us up in Queensbridge in one of their 15-passenger luxury vehicles. They have some beautiful vehicles, man. I'm excited. We're going to ride over the bridge. We're going to head to Carnegie Hall. But she's not able to stay, right? She's not able to come back and pick us up, right? She has things to do. And so now we need transportation getting back. All right. And again, we looked at the Ubers. So now we don't need 4 Ubers. We just need 2 Ubers. And so I'm estimating, let's say $45 a piece, Uber XL, $45 to $50 a piece, Uber XL on Saturday night, 10 o'clock from Manhattan to Queens. Yeah, that might be like $45, $50. And so that's $100 right there, right? And then we got food, man. You got to have food, right? I was thinking also, right, Mona was like, yo, are they going to eat before? I was like, I mean, they have to eat before, right? Because We're not eating in Carnegie Hall, right? By the time the show is over, it's going to be too late to eat, right? I wouldn't want to promote that, even though I do it sometimes. I wouldn't want to promote eating, after 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock with a group of elders. So like, damn, okay. Let me think. All right, let's get some food. More like, we cooking? I'm like, no, we're not cooking. Like, we could cook, but like, nah, we could buy some food. Again, I don't got the money right now, right? So I reached out to community still, and reached out to the caterers, Organics Love Tree, my favorite family tree, vegan couple, vegan catering company, black woman, black man, right here in New York City. Was able to talk to them, came up with a little menu, light menu, right? Collard greens, vegan mac and cheese, and some vegan ribs, simple. And so we was able to send them some money, right? It's $205. So about $300, $305, man. And you guys made that happen. Like, you guys made that happen, man, by supporting, contributing $50, $10, $15, $35. All right. I posted last night that we was at $265. And we just needed $35 more to hit our goal. And I woke up this morning and it was a $35 cash app. And I was like, blessings. People are beautiful people, man. So yeah, thank you all for your support. Thank you all for your energy. Thank you all for everything. Like, because this is my dream. My dream is to take care of my people. That is, I don't want to do anything more than take care of my people. I want to create opportunities for fun, for joy, for education, for learning, for culture, for all of the things, for my people, both older and younger. Again, I've done things for the youth. I haven't really done much for the elders, not in terms of taking them out of the neighborhood. And so this is my first time. And I'm not going to make this my last time, right? I want to do a couple of more things. I got some other trips I want to take some elders on from my neighborhood. I want to take them to the Blacks and Wax Museum. I want to take them to the African American Museum. All right. I want to do a bunch of bus trips. I want to ultimately blend elders and young people, right? It's going to be some trips where it be just for the elders. Like, I want to do a spa day for the elders, right? That's actually was the first conversation I had with one of my elders, Miss Marilyn, a couple of years ago. She was in some pain, some physical pain, and I was like, yo, like, last time you had a spa day? She's like, I can't remember. I was like, yo, you need a spa. You need to go to the spa. Sit in the freaking hot tub, right? Get in the pool, sit in the steam room, the cold room, right? Maybe book somebody, give some light, like shoulder massages or something like that. But I'm like, you need some. And then I was like, yo, I want to take them on a spa date. But at the time, it was a bunch of stuff happening in my personal life. I wasn't able to really think about that and clear that, right? I didn't have a clear mind to do that. But I still want to do that. I still want to take the elders to a spa. Still want to, book a massage person to give them some massages, right? 10, 15-minute light massages. They get a group of 10 to 20. But so I'm really excited, man. Like, my aunt passed, right? My aunt was my elder. I haven't met any of my grandparents, right? My grandmothers, rather. I met my mother's father, my grandfather. But I haven't met any of my biological grandparents. They passed before I transitioned. Grandmothers, if you're saying grandparents, grandmothers. So some of these elders that we're taking a trip tomorrow, they're like my grandmother. They're like my mother, man. Like, some of them see me as brother, right? But yeah, super dope, super excited. That's what's happening tomorrow. Mona Love said, ask for what you need and allow others to help you. Absolutely. That's a bar. Ask for what you need and allow others to help you 100%. Intergenerational trips would be dope. Absolutely. Honor the elders. Yes, sir, brother Sefu. Yes, sir. Honor the elders. Let's move right along to our third segment of the day. Today's third segment, our tip of the day. Always, today's tip is to share your resources. Just what I'm talking about now, right? I had the opportunity to get some tickets to Carnegie Hall. I could have got 2 tickets just for me and my lady, right? Me and my fiance could have just got 2 tickets, but I was like, no, you know what? I got this resource. I'm gonna share this resource. Let me see if I can get 10 tickets because I want to bring somebody else. I want me and my fiance to take 8 elders from my neighborhood to Carnegie Hall on a date, right? Like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do with my love. I want to provide opportunity for my love, right? Sharing resources. And so share your resources. That's what I did, right? And then other people share their resources. So, like, too many people like to hold their resources, their money, right? Their connections, their opportunities. They get an opportunity and they only take for self. They don't think about, well, can other people get involved? Like, how can other people maybe, be a part of this thing or benefit from this opportunity? Too many people don't think about that, right? Too often people become selfish. They become selfish with their opportunities. They become selfish with their resources, right? Or they only share with a select few. And I understand sharing with people who you know, sharing people who's maybe been there for you, people who you may care about on a certain level. But like that forms stagnation. And resources are meant to flow. Resources are meant to flow. Resources are meant to flow. They flow to you and it must flow through you to others in some capacity. You get a resource, right? Like you gotta share that resource. That's the only way for it to grow. Not just for you, but even for the people that you love. And so, like, share the resources, man. Share the freaking love, yo. Share the love, share the love, share the love, yo. Spread the love, spread the word, all right? Share the money, all right? Share the opportunities, all right? Share the connections, right? Bring other people into the fray, bring other people into the fold. And so yeah, that's the tip of the day, man. Share your resources, right? Like understand that energy, money is currency, money is energy, right? Your resources, the connection that you have, the power, right? The connection, understand electricity, the connection that you have with others, right? And you have those connections is meant to be shared. That's the only way it can become more powerful. If you keep a plug by itself and you don't plug it into an outlet, you don't plug it into another energy source, it's not as powerful as it could be and should be, and it doesn't do its job properly, right? So you got to plug in. You got to plug in. You got to share your resources. You got to spread the love. You have to if you want to grow and if you want your family to benefit from the work that you put in and from the good name or good energy that you have. You got to share your resources, spread the love, and let it flow back. Yo, Toya 718, what's going on, my sister? Peace and love. And with that, let us move right along to our fourth and final segment of the day. Fourth segment, build of the day, came up yesterday in conversation at Grief Group. Is a hot topic right now on social media. I'm not going to talk about the specifics. I'm not too versed on the specifics, but I want to talk about the concept. So today, what I want to build on is dating ages. Dating ages. Is there a such thing as too young? Is there a such thing as too young and too old? Right? Is legal age the only thing that should determine whether or not folks should or could date? Should society have more input than we already have on dating ages? Right? There's a society has input on legality, right? 16, 17. 17 is legal age, right? 17 is still a baby, right? You 50, 17-year-old is a baby. You 30, a 17-year-old is a baby, right? You 29, a 17-year-old is a baby. Now, mind you, it happens. Absolutely, it happens. I would be lying if I said it didn't happen. I am a product of what some may say too old, too young. My father and my mother, 33 years apart, right? 33 years apart. My father was 52 when he met my mother. My mother was 19, and then she was 22 when I was born, right? Yeah, it's tough. Like I have all type of feelings and thoughts about that. But when I heard the story, it wasn't like a quick fling, right? It wasn't like they met at a club and you know what I mean it was like they met randomly in the street, right? Like he was driving his van. He asked if she needed help, right? They met randomly outside. Um, he courted her for months, right? And they got together and then they had me. But yeah, is there such thing as too young or too old, right? Is legal age the only thing that should determine whether or not folks should date? Talk to me, guys. What do you think? What do you think, right? One thing we came across yesterday was, or came up with, or came to understand was that, or a question that we had rather was, should, if a person's old enough to be a parent, or is your parent's age, or your child's age, or young enough to be a child, is that too young or too old, right? And I would say that alone has a thing, right? Because you could be 12 having a child, so it's 12 years, a 12-year age difference, too old or too young. I don't know. I wouldn't say so, right? 12 years, right? And I wouldn't even say, right? So I think there's a difference between dating younger and older and dating old, right? So like if you're 60, man or woman, you like younger men or women, right? Cool. Younger could be 30, right? 40, right? But to like young, That's the thing. If you're 60, 50 something, you're dating a teenager, 19, 18, 17, just because they're legal, 20 even, just because they're legal, it's like I'm side-eyeing you, right? I'm side-eyeing you on either side, right? An older woman dating a young boy and an older man dating a young girl. Like, that's a child, right? Like, it's a child. Yeah, I think it's something that we need to talk about more, right? Somebody say clearly nobody can tell. No, nobody can tell anybody what to do, but we can because the law tells people what to do all the time, right? And people in prison they get told what to do all the time, right? And at your job you get told what to do all the time. So people do get told what to do, and people can tell other people what to do, and we can say, listen. One thing that came up yesterday, what happens is we need more community agreements. We need to like really organize around like what do we want? What is our community? What do we represent? What is our culture? What are our reflections, right? And things like that. One Love says, sharing is caring. Absolutely. I'm committed to caring for my people. Yo, Keon Brown, what's going on, my brother? Love and light to you too, player. Safu said, we are African people. This is our most valued asset, our collective work. Absolutely. He said, I am a product of that age gap. My mother never said anything negative about my father. Same, right? Same. But it's a thing, right? It's like, I think so. One thing I said yesterday, I said I think there are the issue could be right, and I think the issue should always be when people are preying, right? When older people are preying on young people and their weakness and their innocence and their, maybe lack of knowledge or awareness or whatever the case may be, they be preying on that, and then some young people may be preying on the elder, and maybe their financial status, right? Maybe their property, whatever it is, right? They may be preying on them. And so it's like praying is a problem, right? When you're praying on someone, that is a problem. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to this, right? I think that we need to discuss it as a community, right? Online and offline, in person, at our groups, in our meetings. It needs to come up, right? Because clearly it's happening. Clearly there are, in the hood, older men grooming younger girls, older women grooming younger boys, right? Like young girls taking advantage of older men, young men taking advantage of older women, right? Like it happens. But it's our community and it's our society, and we could address it. Like we can say something, right? We can say something, especially when there are countless and countless and countless incidents that is making their way to our media, right? Whether social media, mainstream media is making our way to our sphere, we could address it, right? And I think we should address it as a concept, not just as an individual, personal thing, like what's happening right now all over social media, right? It's some people addressing something between two people, and they got all these opinions, and it's like it's bigger than just those two people. It's concept, and the reason that the one person, the brother, is in the situation that he's in because he didn't understand the concept and he fell for the okie doke. He fell for the okie doke. I can't even say nice body, but he fell for a quick fix, right? He fell for something easy, something young, right? Like, and I think that has to do with maturity. Another thing we said yesterday was that we know that age doesn't equal maturity. You could be 50, 60, 70, 80 and not be mature, right? Or not be mature in certain ways, in certain areas. So like the 20-year-old, a 19-year-old, y'all may be perfectly aligned in some areas, right? So like I said, I don't know, dog. I ain't got all the answers. I don't pretend to act like I got all the answers, but I know that this is something that we need to discuss in our community, right? For multiple reasons, right? For multiple reasons, we need to we need to discuss love and dating and what's common and what's normal and what's acceptable and what's not, right? Like, and we can't be afraid to have these discussions, and we can't be afraid to challenge our community. Like, people are running around like the lawless is the law is lawless. Like, they don't even give a fuck about people that are checking on people. Understand? Like, do they understand the laws? Like, why? Like, nothing. It's trash. So we got to do it, right? Casey said, "Good morning, Sugar Ray. Sorry for late joining. No worries, my brother. Appreciate you. I don't know what to say with the age. My mom was a teen. Mom and my dad is 6 years older." Yeah, man. It's real life, man. But yeah, guys, that's the show. That's what I wanted to share on this topic on this Friday. Wanted to get into some things, man. Thank you all for tuning in. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. It is Friday. It is a busy day, full day. Got some things to get done. For today, for tomorrow, for next week. There's a lot happening. I am grateful for life, although it is challenging. It is beautiful, rewarded, and oh so sweet. Listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please remember to join us right back here next week, same time, same place, Monday through Friday for week 72. I think next week is week 72 of SR Daily. rolling right along, man. Rolling right along with episode 354 next week. Yeah, man. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9:30, right here. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Instagram Live. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. It's staying down. So get up. The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Peace and love. Peace and love.